Okay, thank you guys. This is definitely a group effort, guys, so I appreciate everyone working together to make this possible. But Pagalagifsi, Kainagifsi, Kairosi, welcome to the Inupiaq Fine Arts Festival Fall 2024, hosted by Inupiaq Studies Department and also Inupiaq Studies student. I'll have her introduce herself here shortly. Ubanga Nayuk, Jerica Levitt, Amit Koya Luranga, Utkalvigmi Luranga, Savaktunga Elisa Ravigmi, Inupiaq Studies Me, Buira Atinga Kayan Levitt, Utkalvigmi Luruk, Panikakturuk Pingasunnik, Atingi Nasukbaragalu Iluwagalu Karonlu, Afara Evelyn Brower Amit, Utkalvigmi Lurulu, Atkasugmi Lurulu, Apara Gerald Kiwak Amit, Inkujmi Luruk, Akalora Virginia Simmons Brower, Apalora Thomas Brower Jr., Elisa Ravigmi, Inupiaq Language and Culture Certificate Kakturut, Itasi Niralu, Malavugalu, Asi Inupiaq Studies AA degree Kakturut, Elisa Ravigmi, Elisa Pturut, Iranikun, Mirkuti Taramik, Inupetun Ukaraniramik, Elisa Pturut, Naucher Nirmik, Kulak Dornikun, Bunip Karanikun, Inela Ningaroranikun, Elisa Rabiut Sayutinik. Elisaktoa strengthen their cultural identity, Inupiaq Studies Me, Nunami, Asi Mingaktorving Me. So in short, I'm Jerica. My Inupiaq name is Nayuk. I'm from the Amit family. I'm from here in Utkarvik. I work in the Inupiaq Studies Department. My husband is Kion Levitt. I have 3 beautiful daughters. My mom is Evelyn and my dad is Gerald. My grandmother is Virgie. My grandfather is Thomas Brower Jr. In Ilisarvik, Inupiaq Studies, we have Inupiaq Language and Culture Certificate 1 and 2 and an AA degree, which is really amazing. We do all sorts of things that our students learn, from cooking to sewing to speaking Inupiaq, about the traditional plant stories, history. Dancing is just a little bit of that. Our students that take our classes strengthen their cultural identity or the identity of the people from our area. And also our classroom is on the land and also in the classroom. So it's really amazing, our program. But I thought I would hand it over to Inupiaq Studies student to introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Felder. I've been schooling with Ilsagovic since 2022. I started off with liberal arts and then I ended up adding Inupiaq studies as well. We have some housekeeping, so there is no running water here. If you do need to use the bathroom, we ask if you could use the bathroom at the Barrowville Center. But if you need to wash your hands, there's hand sanitizer and wipes. And we'll also have a potluck with food in that room. And we wanted to have a prayer before we start. Is Hal here? I don't know where he is.
Is Hal here? Oh, he had a phone call. Okay. Is there any volunteers for anyone who would like to say a short prayer? Okay, it's okay. Okay, if we could please stand. Thank you, Lord, for today. Thank you for our students at Ilisarvik. Thank you for a place where students can further their education in our culture. Please bless the food, be with us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
So, like she mentioned, our food is in there. So we'll have, I don't know if there's any elders in here, but anyone older than you is your elder. So we could just go ahead and start getting your food. We have before we get the food, hold on 1 second. So we have our Inu 158 class traditional and contemporary native food preparation course. And so if you guys can come up and you'll introduce yourself and also share what you made for your indigenized recipe assignment. And we also have some students that are not here today. I think it's just you two. So I'll go ahead and introduce yourself, talk about your.
Hello, everyone. My name is Clarissa Pelia, and I'm originally from Manila, Philippines, and I've been living here in Alaska for since 2009. And I made tutu pot roast.
So we had a couple of students who are out of town. There's one flight got canceled, but we do have a student online who is taking the class via distance. Pretty cool because we're able to send him a package of Inupiaq, our native food. But he was gonna just share what he made. Bob?
Ivana Bob, Inupiaq,
Here, let
Inupiaq.
me make this a little bit bigger.
Oh, hopefully you can hear me. I'm very
Okay, we can't
grateful
hear you. Hold
to,
on.
oh,
I'm not sure why wait, can you try talk again, Bob?
yes, Ivana Bob.
Okay, we
Inupiaq.
can't hear you,
Oh boy.
but
I can hear him fine.
our IT left, but that's Bob. Inupiaq is his Inupiaq name. And he did make a really amazing dish, but where he is located. And I will go ahead and share his presentation. Sorry, let's see. Sorry that it's not working, Bob. I was excited for you to present. Let me reshare so everyone online can see. And so Bob has been taking classes for a number of years in Inupiaq studies, and he's taken probably all of them, which is really exciting. But he had made, can you guys see it? All right. So he had made a mukdak pizza. Unfortunately, it's not over here, but this is what it looks like. And he was able to make it from where he's located in Oklahoma. Okay, thank you, Bob. So you guys can go get your food now. And then while you guys get your food, I'm going to share a few videos from this summer and also the cooking class. Is anyone hungry? Okay, anyone just go. Okay, wait, Bob, while they're getting food, did you want to try to talk?
Oh yeah, can you hear me now? I think the people on Zoom can hear me, so it might just be the audio.
Yeah, I can hear him
I
perfect.
can hear you now.
You can't hear me, Nuyuk, in the room there?
Is it able to go higher? No. No. Okay. We can hear you, Bob, but it's pretty quiet.
Oh, just very faint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard a couple other people on Zoom try to talk. I don't know if it's the same problem with them, but they said they could hear me.
Okay. All right.
Sorry about that.
No, it's from our end.
Yeah.
But
Well,
thank
at
you
least
all online for joining us and calling in.
Jerica, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you, Sandy.
Oh, good, good.
So I'm just getting these videos ready. So when everybody comes back to the main area. But if for those of you getting food, we have an awesome arrangement in there. There's some notes on the side of some of the dishes, like we have mukbarak, which is bread rolls, ukhrupokdak, which is the fried donuts, Um, we also have some mukdak, which is the raw arvek bohed whale. We have the cooked mukdak, which is called unalik. We have mukdak, which is cooked beluga. Nagalik soup, so goose soup. What else do we have? Pipsy, dried fish. We have some traditional greens. There's tagayuk, which is sea lovage. Korok, which is the sourdough cooked with sugar and cinnamon. Yeah, we have a number of really great dishes, our traditional foods, as well as salmon lees and pizza. Okay. Bob, do you want to try test your audio again?
Yes, I just wanted to say how grateful I am to have be able to take the class like this, and that you sent me everything by last year. Could you hear that?
Yep, thank you. We appreciate it.
Do you want me to try to light the kulik when we get to that part?
Yeah, you can, if you can just like have everything set up, that would be good.
Yeah, I've got another device in the other room where I'm going to do it, so it's ready to
Okay.
go. I haven't lit it yet, but
Okay, awesome. Yeah, you said it good. All right, so I think I'll go ahead and play the videos. And these are just short videos. This first one is from the cooking class. So what's really cool is that our students, they get to learn how to make dishes from start to finish. So for example, like they had a whole to-do leg, a caribou leg, and they learned how to cut the meat off. They cooked it into different things, alutara, ground it. So next class, we're gonna make burgers. Also, they learned how to alirap geese, so taking all the feathers off, cutting it, cooking it into soup. Even we got shares from successful whaling crews, so they got to learn how to cut and cook everything from start to finish, which is really amazing. So I'll just share this video. Let's see if it'll play good. Oh, wait. That's the wrong one, sorry. The next video, oh wait, before I just wanted to say that for our cooking class, I just want to say Inupiaq to the hunters and gatherers who give traditional foods to us. Kunyak Narayak for the Nigaliks, Joe and Alice Sage for the ducks, David Smith for Mukduk, Limon Crew for Mukduk, and Ukbiks from Katie Roseberry, blueberries from Louisa Riley, Randy Putkudup for Mukduk and meat, Anachlik from our guides from our summer camp in Utkasuk, and also my husband Kion for anytime he catches something, I'm like, here, let me put it in my work freezer. So I just appreciate my husband, from salmon to tuttu to beluga, nigalips, like everything. This next video is from this summer, and it's our Inu 224, which is our traditional knowledge and use of Arctic plants. And for our plants class, it's really exciting to get our students out on the land. And I just want to say Inupiaq to UIC Science for lending your guides to bring us out on the land and to keep our students safe, and also using your ATVs and trailers. And then next we have our Inu 210, which is our Inupiaq Land Use, Values, and Resources Cultural Summer Camp. And it was located in Utqiagvik and also Utqiagvik. Have a part 2. So I would like to thank our guides, Vincent Bordeaux, Chris Wong, David Kippy, and Kion Levitt for taking us out in Utqiagvik, and also to the village of Utqiagvik for being such an amazing host. And thank you to Arctic Education Foundation for lending Katie Roseberry to assist me. And also again, UIC Science assisting with bear guards and staff support, ATV rentals, trailers, vehicle, and also Creative Native Karen McIntyre for hosting a fish skin tanning workshop. And also Yvette Edwardson for helping out with the camp as well. It would not have been possible without each of you. And I appreciate every single one of you so much.
Okay. We'll have a short dancing presentation. For this, I would like to invite Inupiaq Studies student Austin Bennett and is her name?
I don't think this is.
Okay. To
Raymond,
come up. And
Raymond and
Oh.
Susan.
Austin Bennett and Raymond. If you both could introduce yourselves, please. And there will be a few seances, and then they will do invitational dances for everyone to come up and join. And also, if you know any of the dances, feel free to join them.
You don't want to introduce yourself? Okay, the camera is right here. Yes, so we just.
Hello everybody. I hope you're all having a great day today. I uvang uyagaluk tanik sinira Austin Bennett aningarang sublok mi talimani 2006 me. I am Austin Bennett and a little personal, I guess. I was born the 5th of May 2006 and we're gonna drum for you guys and if Mr. Raymond can please come up. Yekania, Yekani, what to call it? May the wonderful Susan Patkutuk please come up and introduce yourself, please, and thank you.
Ano kalutak tanik siniba Susan, Inupiaq siniba kapkan, at koya kaluba. I forgot how to say it, but I'm 19 and I love to dance.
So like mentioned, if you guys know the dances, please feel free to join. And for those that are online, we have do you want to check if they can see it right here? We have another, yeah, so just make sure they can see. Move this one too. That's Herman Astoa. Invitational is everyone. You guys can all dance. Yep. Inupiaq, you guys. We appreciate you singing and dancing and coming for us tonight. Let's give them a round of applause. So we're gonna shift gears and get into student presentations. We're gonna start with the Quilip class, which is the seal oil lamp carving class. So if you are in the class, you can please come up. And then if you're on Zoom, hang tight.
I'm becoming famous today.
So I'll have, for those of you that are in person, I'll have you introduce yourselves. And then you can show your completed kulak or partly completed kulak. Do you need a breath?
Hello again. Uvluluwatak. For those who don't know, I'm Austin Bennett, and I joined the kulak carving class, and I made a really nice kulak, I guess. Here.
And then you can walk to the front when you're done. Just don't trip on wires.
Uh, Thank you guys. You all have like a good day, I guess.
So everyone wants to see, so you gotta walk around. He'll also display it at the front too, so if you guys wanted like a closer look, it's absolutely stunning. I'm not sure, is anybody else perfect. So we have Elizabeth. I'll have her come up and introduce herself and she'll show her kulak too.
Sorry, the chat to attend to.
It's okay. Perfect timing.
I'm Elizabeth. I am taking the Holy class with Jerica. And I made this last 5 weeks ago. And we were able to light it last weekend with cotton and some oil. So it's oil lamp. Okay, I'm pretty shy. Thank you. I didn't know I was gonna speak.
Oh, no, it's okay. You're good. Yeah, they have absolutely beautiful kulak that they carved. So let's see, other students that are not here, but they have their stones, their partly finished stones up front. There's Lenora Kayutak from Kaktovik, Linnell Panik from Ulrunak are the other in-person students. And then we have Zoom students. And there's, let's see who's all on. So I know Bob is here, Autumn, and is Bristol on? Okay, so I'll probably have Autumn go first. Let me just pull up the presentation. Okay, all right, Autumn. If you could introduce yourself.
Oh, hi, I'm Autumn. This is what I made. I lit it on our last class. I don't remember the name of that plant. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. So you guys had moss. So yours is lit with moss. All right, thank you, Autumn. And then we'll go to Bob.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Inupiaq, Inupiaq. So this is what we started with, a cube. And then I made a circle, cut off the four sides. Go to the next slide, I think. Yeah, and that's what it looked like when I used to saw. But this is the final shape. And then I think the next one shows the with the oil on it. So I made a Copic, I think it's Tupic designs on four sides. Just be black and white, but it's not perfect. And that's it. And I might go ahead and try to light it now.
Yes, so he'll do a demonstration. So
It will be on the other camera, but Inupiaq.
Inupiaq, Inupiaq. So unfortunately, we can't light here in the library. So he's gonna light it via distance. The last one right here, she's not present tonight, but she was a distance student, Bristol Lakshas. And she also made a beautiful piece and she designed hers in the shape of an eye, which is pretty cool. So in the class, so for those of you that are new to the kullak, the seal oil lamp, it's used for, in the past, it was used for heat, light, and cooking. Today, it's more used for in different ways, like setting the tone of events or ceremonial, things like that. So it's still a way that we use in our culture to keep it alive. So let me put. So as you can see, let me stop sharing. I know it's pretty small, but there he is. Okay, so he has two cameras up, but he's on the side over there and you can see that he lit it. And normally when we light the kulak, it's a time for us to acknowledge our ancestors, our elders, our teachers, those who have come before us and taught us everything that we know. And so as Inupiaq is lighting the kulak, we can just reflect on that individually. Think of those who we appreciate, those that we learned from. Yes, and so just think of that. And if you were to see the kulak in person, it has a really beautiful flame that's silent and also it resembles the movement of the Northern Lights. So I know it's hard to see, but Bob, we appreciate you lighting the kulak for us. Inupiaq, Bob. All right, so we'll go to the next class. And I'll hand it over to Jennifer. I don't think she's full, but he's online.
Oh, okay. The next class we would like to talk about is INU 220. This one is North Slope History and Culture taught by Debbie Edwardson. She is also an Ilisagvik Board of Trustee. And I'm actually taking this class this semester too. It's really nice. She's very passionate about the North Slope history. And I think it's a very good thing to learn from someone who is passionate about their work. And then, was he doing a presentation?
Mhm.
And then we will have Lance Faust doing a presentation on Zoom.
Hi. Let's see if I can share real quick.
If you can introduce yourself too, Lance, that would be awesome.
Yes. 1 second. Are you able to see my screen?
No.
You may have to click accept. And try again on the Zoom.
Oh, there it goes.
Okay.
Okay, we can see it now.
Okay. Hello, Uvanga Lance Faust, Inupiaq Sininga Amagok, Akaga Orawanda Land Faust, Apaga Craig Faust. And thank you. So my name is Lance Faust. My Inupiaq name is Amagok, and my mother is Orawanda Faust, and my dad is Craig Faust. Today, I want to talk about Debbie's class, the INU 220. And one thing that immediately stood out to me was the importance of preserving our history and all of the documents and cultural resources that we've gathered, especially in the time of the internet. A lot has changed over the last few years. As technology is always changing, we always have to continually adapt. And in our North Slope history class, we started with our origin stories and prehistory, and really want to talk about the Inupiaq. And this is the oldest kind of story, and like the closest English word, we talked about was myth. But to us, these are like non-mythic legends, like myths. So they don't have the same sort of mystery, or, these are just the oldest stories. They don't, their accuracy isn't judged the same way that English myths would be. A great resource that we have is alaschool.org. If you haven't been to this website, it was originally started, I believe, in 2005. It is getting a little aged, and it really houses a lot of documents about land claims, about education, as you can see here on the screen, and literature. And as we started to discuss and read some of these books, the first one that was hard for me to read was the story of Manilock. All of the resources on Alaschool, there's a few books here we can see on the right. And on Alaschool, the main problem is you have to have a font installed in order to correctly read the documents. This is sort of a relic of the internet in the early 2000s and is no longer needed today. If whether you're on a Windows machine, a Mac, or an Android or an iPhone, we have great ways to type in our own language. And so this font is not needed, but the issue is the documents still have this font applied. And so trying to get this font downloaded and then installed on a modern computer, the steps just aren't the same, and computers just don't work the same that they used to. And so for my project, I wanted to gather a collection of these resources. So the first book we read, The People of Kawarak, Manilac, Whaling, A Way of Life, and some of these other resources, I've applied the font and I am currently, excuse me, putting them in a downloadable location. So you just have to click one download to download all of these resources with the correct spellings applied. So it just I want to emphasize, the importance of making them accessible, so we can continue to enjoy this history, way longer in the future. And I hope to get this. Today's presentation was a little bit soon, but within a week or two, as soon as I get back from hunting, I will have the inupiaq.net set up as a site where you can download these resources. So Kuyanak, I would. This is me, my wife, and my little daughter Lois this summer up in Barrow. So if you have any questions regarding any of the documents that I'm putting together, or any of the questions regarding Alaska, please feel free to reach out. And if you haven't taken the North Slope history class, I highly encourage it. So thank you. I will hand the time back over to you guys.
I'm clapping over here. Inupiaq Lance, Ariga. That's really great. Thank you for your presentation. So now we're gonna get into, okay, well, if you guys do have questions for him, you can reach out to me, and I can hand you his email address, his Elisavik email. But now we're gonna get into the Innu 224 Traditional Knowledge and Use of Arctic Plants class. And I'll just let the students talk about, what they do in the class. But before, or while you guys are coming up, we do have prize tickets. So from our Innu 158, the cooking class, they made jams, jellies, syrups, pickled muck duck. And so if you guys want to have a prize ticket, these two young ladies right here have paper and pen. You could put your name, and then we can do the tickets at the end. Okay, so yes, if you guys want a ticket, just go to these ladies. All right, so if you're in the plants class, you can please come up. We have in-person and also Zoom students. And I'll let you guys, I'll just hand it over to the in-person students first. You could introduce yourself, and then talk about what you want to talk about.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jennifer Felder. I really like the plants class, and along with all the other Inupiaq classes, because it's more of like hands-on learning, and I personally learn better with that. So in the beginning of the semester, we did something really cool. We picked our own plants, and then we ended up making artwork with them. And I thought that was really cool. And then we also we were learning how to make salves, like the healing stinkweed salves, and then also the stinkweed roll-ons. So we learn like very diverse, like the plant pressing and then salves. And then also recently we did the wood carving. So it's a bunch of hands-on learning, and I really appreciate that. I don't know what else to think about.
You could introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Connor Wilson. Oh, it is. I've lived here since kindergarten. I've been And for as long as I lived here, I haven't got to learn much outside of some of the dances and a few words. But this semester, I got to enjoy a little more hands-on experience with with what Jennifer was just saying. We learned how to do plant pressing. Also learned how to do even jellies and jams. Got to learn how some of these are effective with the salves, some of the plants individually, and how we can make use of them in everyday life, whether you're out on the tundra or here in town. Outside of that, I don't know what much else to say.
Do you want to show your projects?
Sure. I'll bring a few of my projects around if any of you want to see them.
I'll hold this. You can go get your projects.
Yep.
So they could see it on Zoom. So for like a salve, we have on the table here, the first table by Austin. There's a jar with some salve remnants. If you want to try it on your hands, it's really good for skin and pain.
Oh, mine's not solid. So it's partially low. But yeah. Show the camera and then bring it around.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what we have here in this roller, a little bit of sun-infused oil with maputika, sorry, maputitaharok, or in English, colt's foot. Grows here on the tundra and throughout other places in Alaska. What I learned from this is that it can be helpful with cuts and sores with use of bandages. It helps it heal quicker. And then it also can be used for, I think it's also aching joints and arthritis. So scoot to the camera so everyone can see it. And then one jar, all of it, and the leaves. I'll bring it around.
He's gonna walk around if you guys wanted to take a look at it, but don't use his because that's his. But if you wanted to use some, there's some in the front. There's a roll-on you can try. There's a salve you can put on your hands or any achy joints, or if you want to smell them. And then for our Zoom students, we have a number on Zoom. And we'll start with Sandy, then we'll go to Autumn, and then is Mercedes on? Okay, so it'll be Sandy, Autumn, Jada, and is Desiree on? Okay, so it'll be you three. So we'll start with Sandy and I'll pull open the... Would you like me to share my screen, Sandy?
I have mine up if you want me to listen. It's fine.
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay. Here we go. Okay. My name's Sandy Bennett, and I have 2 grown children and 2 grandchildren. I'm currently working toward my associate's degree in liberal arts. I worked at Inupiaq for a couple of years, and I miss everybody, and I miss working there. And this PowerPoint is just basically a snapshot of some of the things I learned and the projects that we did. Throughout this course, Jerica taught us about the uses of edible and medicinal properties of Arctic plants, things that I'd never knew before, and how they helped people long ago to survive the harsh weather in the tundra. Some of the things that plants, flowers, roots, and seeds are useful for is for food, teas, medicine, survival, household uses, mental well-being, construction, and they are used as fire starters. And we did a lot of projects, and I can't really say my favorite because I liked them all. They were all fun to do. And I just enjoyed all of them. They were all unique in their own way. The first one that I did was that we all did was the plant pressing. This is what I came up with. Where I live, the leaves are really big, so my project turned out to be really big. So that's my plant sea turtle. And this is one of my favorites, was making jam. And since I didn't have the benefit of going out on the tundra, I went to the local farmers market to get fresh berries and bought out all their raspberries. And there I am sorting it, and just a few pictures. There's my homemade jam. First time I've ever made it in my whole life, and it was really fun. And let's see, the next thing I did was, well, the sun-infused oil was the project she gave us in the beginning of the semester to put the garbled herbs and the oil in a jar, cover them up, and put them in the window for 2 months, let them sit in the sun. And then after the 2 months, we strained them and put them in those little roll-on bottles. And then later we made the salve, which was a similar process, except we boiled the herbs with the oil in about an hour, and then strained it and put it in with some melted wax and made the salve, and that turned out really well. And then we did learn about wood, driftwood, and different types of driftwoods, and all of these things on the list are the types of things you can make with it. It's amazing. I never would have dreamed you could do all this with driftwood. And this is what I made for the carving project. I need a little practice on this, but I made the face, and then I decided to make a boat with the larger piece of wood. This was cottonwood. And at one point during the class, we each had to do a class presentation. So I did a presentation on warnings and safety while you're harvesting plants. And I was going to tell you what, let's see, what I talked about, things about like plan ahead before you go, be aware of your surroundings, watch out for bears, things of that nature. And this was our class wildcrafting project. I'm going to start this little video. We had the whole semester to do it. And I decided to make this booklet. And I actually FedExed it to Jerica, but I don't know if it made it. I think you've had some bad weather, so I don't know if it made it, but it'll get there eventually. Anyway, this booklet gives you an idea of, here, let me zoom in on this one here. You can see I've got the scientific name, common name, how to identify it, the harvest times, notes and cautions, things like that. So there's that. And then my reflections on the class, at the very least, it was informative, interesting, and mind-changing. And I just wanted to thank Jerica for giving me a greater appreciation for plants and the part they play in our environment, and the amazing way it helped the people in the Arctic to survive so many years ago, and they continue to be beneficial to us today. And that's the end of my PowerPoint. If anybody has questions, you can ask Jerica.
That's a good one. Thank you, Sandy, for a great presentation.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Then we'll go to Autumn. Would you like to share your screen?
I didn't have it pulled up. I wasn't sure what you were going to do with it.
Okay, let me open it up. Oh yeah, you can. Okay, sorry, it's taken a little while. All right, Autumn, I'll go ahead and pass it over to you.
Okay, so I've taken 3 classes with Jerica, and I try to put some of the pictures of the projects in from each class. And the first class I took was the stinkweed class. I cannot remember how to pronounce it, but we made the tea, a salve, a roll on oil, and bath salts. And it was a short and sweet class. It was really cool to learn about. And then I also took the teal oil lamp carving class. And then I tried to incorporate my culture, and the shape is supposed to be, it's called an ovoid. Um, it turned out really pretty. It was fun and like relaxing to make. It was probably my favorite class so far. And then this class NU 224, that's my plant pressing assignment from just some local plants around here in Southeast. And then I just made blueberry jam. I didn't get to go out and pick any. And then the Southern Fuse oil roll on, and then a salve. I think mine was the dandelion one. I don't remember what else was in there. But that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Autumn. And then is Mercedes on? Let me check. Okay, I don't see Mercedes, but we'll go over to Jada.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Let me share my screen. There. All right. Hello, my name is Jada. I'm from the interior of Alaska, from Stevens Village in Huslia. This class has been very informational, and I've learned a lot, and it's been really fun. Some things that we've been working on is so we did the plant pressing. And so the start of the class, Jerica assigned us to find plants around us and press them and dry them and make artwork of our choosing. So I chose these long leaves, which I painted and then used as a stamp. I then dried out some other leaves I found and taped them on the canvas. My artwork represents fall time and the season change. The next one was a plant presentation and research project. My presentation was on poisonous plants. The one I specifically knew in my area that was poisonous was the Devil's Club. This plant can cause extreme skin irritation. Some plants that I learned that was poisonous in the northern region of Alaska were poison hemlock, also known as muskrat food. This can be identified by white tiny flowers and leaves that are long and narrow, up to 4 inches long, and one root bulb can kill an adult in an hour. So that muskrat food is the one that's like
with the white on top. And then these big green leaves are the Devil's Club. For this assignment, we used map Guduragrak, or also known as colt's foot, and we made a roll-on oil. We used a base oil. I used olive oil and lavender, and we soaked it for in the windowsill for a lot of months, from August to October. And this oil can be used for bug bites, sores, and a moisturizer for dry skin, and also for arthritis. This assignment, we were told to make a solve. The main ingredient was the map gagrak. I also used coconut oil and mixed the two. I boiled it while in some cheesecloth and then drained it in the canister. This assignment was very fun. And then this is my wood carving. It was definitely kind of hard. So we were told to carve a piece of driftwood and to carve a face. While carving the driftwood, it reminded me of being a little girl on the Yukon River and carving pieces of driftwood then into a boat and using a hammer and nail to connect the roof onto the boat. While working on this project, it was very calming and challenging. I don't know if you guys can see the face. Okay. And then this is the calendar plant assignment. The focus of this project was to put the plants on a harvesting calendar. Some example of this calendar are Inupiaq, lowbush cranberry, which can be harvested in early autumn after the first frost is the best flavor. Another example is Inupiaq, which can also be known as wild chive, which the flower can be harvested anytime throughout the summer, but the best time for the best flavor is early spring. The purpose of this assignment is while harvesting your plants, you can have a guide. And that's everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Jada. And I see Mercedes is here. Hi. I'll go ahead and pass it to you, Mercedes.
Okay. Hi, I'm Mercedes Kashtag. I'm Unangach Inupiaq. My family comes from Kipnuk and St. Paul Island and the Aleutian Chain. I'm also part of Inu 224 with Jerica, and I'm going to share my screen to show you the presentation that I created. Okay, looks like you guys can see that. Can you guys see this okay?
Yes.
Okay. So here's just a brief presentation of what we've done in class so far. It is not in chronological order. Also, one or two assignments will be missing because I'm still working on them. So one of our recent projects was driftwood carving. As Jada mentioned, we were tasked with carving driftwood, and I was really inspired by this project because my Unangach culture also carves masks and different faces, so I had a lot of fun with this one. I had a bit of a hard time getting his lips to be, defined and so you can see it, but I think in my mind, it looks like he's singing a really good song. So moving on to the next project that I have listed here, this was our this was our jam and jelly assignment, and I chose to do a blueberry jam because at the beginning of the semester, our professor told us that we'd be making either a jam or a jelly, so I immediately went out to go pick some blueberries. I thought it was like the perfect time, and I was actually almost too late to pick the blueberries, but we made it work. So this was actually my first time making jam. I was really intimidated by it because it was my first time having to sanitize my jars and my first time having to seal my jars on my own. But it's still really yummy. We're still working on finishing our jam. I think I only ended up making 1.5 jars, but for us, like, that's more than enough. And our next project that I have listed here at least is a solid assignment, which is also made of Mapuptitagarach. This one was really fun because I also was my first time having to do like a double boiler, which sounds really intimidating, and it is. So we had to put a pot on the stove with water, and you had to put another pot on it, but the water had to be like right under or the pot with the water had to be filled up just enough so that it would touch the top pot. And that was really scary to me because I didn't know for sure like if I was doing it correctly, but we ended up, you know, being a success. And for myself, I just had extra virgin olive oil, the traditional plants, and a little bit of peppermint oil. I can't remember, essential oil, but it wasn't, it was just like the right enough because I also don't like strong scents. So it was perfect for me. And then moving on to a similar assignment, but it's not the same. It was our Sun Foods roll on oil. And again, as my classmate already said, we started this project back in August and we had to leave it out on a windowsill for a couple months, just until last month, actually. Um, and it was really cool seeing like the oil color change a little bit throughout time and finally being able to use it after such a long couple weeks. It was really cool. I gave some to my friends and my family because I had so many and they loved it. But yeah, and this was one of the first assignments that we did. It was our plant pressing art project. We had the opportunity to kind of make whatever we wanted to for this project, and I had this extra slab of wood laying around and it had some Mod Podge, so I made I want to make a wall hanging out of it, but I haven't found like the eye hole screws yet, but eventually. Just to give a quick rundown of what I put into my plant pressing project, the right plant that you see is a creeping purple flower, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. The middle is a fern tip, and the top and bottom flowers are peonies. My mom had some peonies on our top balcony, but the seeds fell, I guess. So we have like a bunch of peonies like growing in our gravel pit outside. And the leftmost leaf is a crabapple tree leaf, and the small green thin leaf is a raspberry bush leaf. And I wish I had put a different or another slide, but we also have our calendar assignment, which is going to be really helpful. It will pretty much be a calendar of when the traditional plants are to be harvested and just like really fun facts about them. And I feel like I'm missing something else. Yeah, I think outside of that, I think that's all that I have on my mind. I also just wanted to say that I'm really thankful to be able to be part of this class and be able to learn, you know, such incredible knowledge. I really recommend this class to anybody that is, you know, is piqued their interest by these presentations. I think it's a great opportunity. And I think that finishes it for me.
Thank you, Mercedes. I'm clapping for my end. Oh my God, I think that concludes our traditional plants presentations. And is Susan Hope's class or students here? Is there anyone from Susan's class? Are any of her students here? All right, so I don't think they're present today, but let's do some door prizes. So did everybody that wants to win something, like write your name? That's in person. I apologize for those of you on Zoom. Okay. All right, so let's Somebody one of you want to grab the first? Okay, we have a lot. Yeah, the jams and jellies and syrups, they're really delicious. What's the name? Oh, Frida, awesome. Yay. They're up there, you can choose which one. There's Inupiaq jam, there's like spice, like regular, there's blueberry, pickled mukduk, and kumalip syrup. You could use it on pancakes. You guys want to pick another one? Chris? Okay, pick one more. We'll just keep picking them. It could be for like pancakes, any way that you use a syrup. Craig Jones. Greg, that's Greg. Greg Jones. So the reason why some of the jams and jellies are on top is because we did one of the methods to seal it. We put them upside down, so that's why they're stuck like that. Okay, next one. Casey Jones. Okay, next one. Sandra? Jennifer. She made these. But they're good like gifts too, you know, or if you wanna. Okay, next one.
You have anybody that took your class that is selling on the side? Like took your class on it? Well, you have to make sure.
I can think of one. Yeah. Austin. That one's a syrup. We have an abundance of kungalip, which is mountain sorrel that grows here. It's syrup. Susan, you gotta pick your own now. You pick your own. You don't need to take Austin's. How many more is there? Two more? Four. Okay, just go to the. Okay, do another one. Robert. Yay. And if you guys didn't see in where the food is, there's these little mini pickled buck ducks and also pickled mukdok. So beluga and bowhead whales that you guys can take. Oh, good. Who? David? It stuck to the top. It's because when we did one of those methods where we put it upside down and it's sealed, so that's why. There's something in there. Okay, two more. Elizabeth. Yay. You're left with pickled muktuk. One more. I think you did good.
Hi, Nicole.
Here, she can't see you. Kendra. You have the last pickled muktuk. Yay. Well, I hope you guys enjoy those. They're, like I mentioned, from the cooking class, so all their hard work. So with that said, I think that is the last thing that we wanted to do for our Inupiaq Fine Arts Festival. So thank you all for coming. We really appreciate you guys supporting our students here, and we hope to see you guys again in the spring. If there's food, please take food. Navalu, everyone.
Good night. Thank you, Jerica.
No, Lou.
Good night. Thank you.